Security camera video shows a man appear out of the shadows running down Lafayette Street near Gallier Hall, chased by a New Orleans taxicab. Halfway down the block, the cab plows into a line of orange cones and construction barricades and appears to bump the man. The man regains his footing, the cabbie backs up and continues to give chase onto St. Charles Avenue near Lafayette Square.
Is that a cab? Maybe he was just having a really bad day.
According to the NOPD, the chase was spurred by a disturbance between a cab driver and a man who asked to use the cab driver's phone. A spokesman for the department said when the cab driver loaned his phone to the individual, he ran off with it. The cab driver chased the man and retrieved the phone. The cab driver did not wish to press charges, and both individuals were allowed to leave the scene. The chase happened around 5:40 Wednesday morning. We showed the video to folks on the street who called the cabbie's actions reckless and a bit extreme.
I personally think it's a little bit of an overreaction, but then again, it's not my phone. So, everyone reacts differently to things like this.
No, it's not justified. Maybe he should have called the police or whatever. I don't know. That's crazy.
The unidentified cab driver reportedly drove the wrong way down St. Charles in pursuit of the suspected phone thief.
You're talking about potentially hurting other people, destroying municipal property, destroying other people's property, potentially succeeding in hitting the guy.
As you can see, the cones and barricades the cabbie hit are now back in place. According to the NOPD, the investigation into this incident remains active, and police say if they determine laws were broken, appropriate charges will be filed. Paul Murphy, Eyewitness News.